Hey everyone, welcome to Delawhite's Board Games. I want to start by saying thank you to everybody on Facebook who shared my videos last week. So just to let you know, my French video and my English video together reached over 1,200 people. So I'm really excited about this. It was a crazy week. So as promised, the winner of This Town Ain't Big Enough for the 2 to 4 of Us is Francis Bastien. So congratulations. I will be contacting you by Facebook so I can send you your new game. So once again, thank you very much to everybody who shared my videos last week. So this week, we will be talking about Armadora. So this is a game that I bought at Archambault, around $15 or $16. So let's bring it to the table and we'll be back for the final comments. So Armadora is a fantasy game where players become either an alpha mage, an orc, or a goblin, and you battle to take control of the gold that's on the land. So basically at the start of the game, each player will choose which character they want to be. So in this two-player game, I chose to be the elves. So now on my elf tokens, one side you have the elf symbol, and on the other side you have the elf symbol but with a number here. So the number is the amount of warriors that you're sending on the battlefield. So once I play my warrior token, I can place it anywhere in an empty space facing down, so the number has to be hidden, and we'll reveal this only at the end of the game. And I'll be playing against the orcs. So the orcs, it's the same thing. You have the orc with the number, and on the other side you only have the orc image. Once you chose your character, you're going to use these little separators here to hide your warriors so the other players don't see which value of warrior you're going to be putting down onto the battlefield. And you have the same thing for the goblins and the mage. So for the purpose of this video, I'm going to remove these separators so that way everybody could see better. So on your turn, it's very simple. You have the possibility of two actions. So the first one, you can either place one of your warrior tokens on an empty space on the battlefield, or the possibility to place two walls. So now the walls will be separating the battlefield in different zones. Now the only thing is one zone could not be smaller than 4. So for example, this here wouldn't be legal to close up this section here, but we would be able to close it this way where we have 4 zones in the area. So that's the only restriction with the walls. And also they only go between the battlefield areas and they don't go onto the side of the board. So for example, on the orc's turn, he has the possibility to place either one of his warriors. So if he decides that he would want at the end of the game to get this 7 gold piece area, he could take his highest value warrior and place it near it to try to control that. But what you have to watch out is during the game, people can cut you off with the walls. So for example, on my turn, instead of placing my warriors, I can decide to place 2 walls over here, so that way now his warriors cut out from this zone. Of course, at the end of the game, if he's able to close it up any other way, it could still count, but he's going to have a hard time now to get control of this 7 gold with this warrior here. Now, of course, I'm not supposed to know that he put his high value here, but he has to be very careful where he chooses to place his number 5, because the number 5 is the highest value of your warriors. So the game ends once every area in the battlefield is covered. So I'm just going to set them up here a little bit anywhere just to give you an example. So once all the spaces are filled and that there are no more room to either put walls or the players do not want to put walls up anymore. Let's see here. Okay. So for example, if we close up this area over here, so of course there's going to be more zones than this at the end of the game, because players will try to separate everything and try to have more of their warriors around like 1 or 2 piles of gold. So we're just going to close up this one here so I can give you 2 examples. Okay, so let's say the game ends like this. So at the end of the game, we're going to flip all the warrior tokens. So in this zone here, I would add up all of the numbers here for the elves, which is 8 versus 1 for the orcs. So the elves here would win this stack of gold. Now we would do the same thing in all the other zones. So of course, in this zone here, the orcs will have a lot more. So we're 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 for the orcs and 3 for the elves. So the orcs would win every gold in this zone. If there's a tie in a zone, the 2 players would separate the gold in 2. If there's any gold remaining, so for example, in this case here, one player would get 3, the other player would get 3, and the last gold would be put back in the box and is eliminated from the game. So basically the game is as simple as that. Whoever has the most gold at the end of the game wins. And if you want to have a game that's a little longer, a little harder, you can decide at the beginning, okay, so this game will play 2 matches, and then whoever accumulates the most gold wins at that point. So it's very strategic at which moment you're going to be placing the walls and how you're going to be placing them. So for example, in this zone here, it could have easily been separated in half, and the outcome could have been differently. So like I said, the only restriction is at least 4 zones together to be able to close up a section of the map. So if you have any questions, don't be shy to write them down in the comments or even send me an email, and it's going to be a pleasure to answer. And like I said in the intro, you can get this game at Armadora, and it's very cheap, around $17, very fun, very quick. And you can play with pretty much any ages. So on the box here it says 8 and up, but it's very simple. I played with Zach, and he's only 7, and he got the game very good. So thank you very much, and let's go back for the final comments. So Armadora, I really like this game. I like the fact that it's a fast game. The rules are very simple, and the strategy is so high. Every turn you're going to be wondering which warrior you're going to place, or how you're going to place the walls to divide the battlefield. Sometimes it can be frustrating. You just place a warrior near a gold stack, next player cuts you off, but it's very, very fun. I really like this game. So if you want your copy of Armadora, you can find it at Archambault. It's very easy to find and very cheap. So for next week's video, if you have any ideas on which game I should make my video review, just write it down in the comments, and I'll catch you in a week from now. Thank you very much.